Today is week 2 of the 75 Hard Challenge, and I just wanted to make a video to reflect back on the last 2 weeks, as well as kind of restate my reason why, to keep myself motivated and to continue to remind myself why I started this in the first place.
As a reminder, here are the rules for the 75 Hard Challenge.
I know a lot of people do the 75 Hard Challenge because it's fitness, right? Like it's 2 45-minute workouts per day. However, for me, I really started this workout because the end of 2025, months towards the end of 2025 up to the very beginning of this year of 2026, I felt like I was slipping into depression. I could see the signs of myself, what I've come to know of me feeling depressed. I was struggling a lot. You know, marriage is hard. It's not straightforward. It's not easy. Being a step parent is incredibly difficult as well, especially with a 16-year-old, almost 17-year-old in the house. So that has just been very challenging, and it was very taxing. And then fast forward to the end of the year in December, when my mom started talking to me more about my sister, and I didn't realize that it was as bad as it was, I guess you could say, from the way that my mom talked about it. Like, my mom was talking about that she was definitely, using again. However, I kind of figured that she'd already been using from the couple times that I did see her last year. So it didn't really surprise me. I'm like, well, yeah. But the problem is my mom lives with my sister. They live together. And my mom is talking to me about how she really needs to get out. So I'm like, well, we're going to come down and see you, day after Christmas. Day after Christmas, we go down there, and I see my sister for the first time in months. And it is the worst that I've ever seen her. And clearly we've been on a roller coaster that she has used, went to rehab, out again, merry-go-round, round and round and round, is what I've just known for so long. And seeing the state that she was in, though, was jarring. It was just shocking to see just how bad she had really gotten, and very clearly, like evidently in your face, that she's constantly high. And I think she was very high when we went to dinner, which really made me sad too, because like I get it more now, but at the time I was very angry, like couldn't even wait. Plus her son was there with us, like met us for dinner as well. So it was just bad. And I had some really good conversations with my nephew, and obviously there's a lot of denial in a lot of different aspects. And when you have an addict in the family, it's difficult. So my mom, living with her, we had a serious conversation between her, me, and my husband the next day when my other sister was supposed to be going to work. We went out for breakfast, and my mom's like, well, you can move me here, and then in a couple of years, you'll just take care of me. And I'm like, slow down. Like, what are we talking about here? I can't just move you. I don't have the money for that, unfortunately. Like, if I just happen to have chump change lying around that I could buy you a house, I would, but I don't. And my husband and I have plans for our future in the next couple of years. when his daughter goes to college, we plan on downsizing and moving and, kind of having the opportunity to be in a different season of life that we will be in very shortly. And I guess my mom's expectation is just that I'm going to be there for her and solve all of her problems, which I don't really know how to feel about that. Still haven't fully processed all of that. I don't know. I know many other cultures, they take care of their parents and they live with their children, parents live with children and all these things. But in America, I feel like it is slightly different. And the thing is, my mom is an adult and she's made her own choices in her life. And there's a lot of history here, okay? There's so much. But she made her choices. And I offered to help buy her a house. I was going to put my name on it. She had the down payment from a 401k for something small that she had taken out. And I offered, just give me a couple weeks and I will meet you and we'll buy a house. I'll use my credit, use your down payment, and you'll have a place to live. And instead of waiting, she just spent all of her money. So no down payment, and I don't have a down payment for a house. So it's just, it's frustrating that we're sitting at the breakfast place and my mom clearly wants out, because I can't imagine living in the situation that she's living in. It's a dangerous situation. I really don't know what my sister is capable of right now, because that's how bad it is. And you don't want to think that way, but it's just the reality. Something can set you off and who knows. So it was really, really just tough. And then on top of that, just the situation that I live in, trying to still cope with other things. Being a stepmom, like I said, is the epitome of no control, right? I don't have authority. I don't have a say-so, really. Not in any traditional sense of being a parent. Yet I do all the things a parent does. And yeah, so it came into 2026 and I had a complete mental breakdown, which I've not had, full-blown panic attack. I mean, it was ugly, it was bad, it was scary, and I could just feel myself just kind of going crazy a little bit. I just felt it. So I really needed something to attach to. I really needed something that I could have, that I could be in control of, that I could make the choice, that I could focus on, that would be something that would benefit me positively. And so I had tried to do the 75 hard challenge before and I failed. So I decided I'm going to do the 75 hard challenge. It aligned with so many more of my goals, and I just felt like I wanted to do something that was for myself that would benefit me. So really this has been about my mental health. This has been about depression for me, and just kind of taking control where I can, learning how to let go of the areas that I have no control in. And so this is my 2 weeks of 75 hard. Having been committed, I feel so much better. I feel happier, I feel lighter. I am still struggling with stuff, and like I said, I haven't fully processed a lot of things, but we're working on it. And I'm also really happy to have the physical and the other mental benefits that the 75 hard challenge brings, because it is fitness, right? So I am noticing my body is starting to change. I am losing a little bit of necessary weight that I need to lose, and I've been reading, and the reading has really been helpful in so many different ways in just regular life, and dealing with the situation with my sister and the situation that I have at home. I mean, I have a really good list of books that I want to read throughout this process and throughout the year, and I am just happy to continue to do this. So 75 hard last 2 weeks. I think for me, because I had already decided that I don't want to drink anymore, after seeing my sister, I decided that on the 26th when we met, 26th of December, that was the last time I was going to drink. I have no desire to drink at all, not even socially, not for fun. I don't want to be around it. And so I decided I'm going to not drink. I would like for this decision to be infinite. I don't want to say never for the future. I don't know what may happen in the future, but I can't see myself, at least at this moment, ever really enjoying a cocktail or a drink, even though I've never really had a problem with it. So, okay, location change. I'm not a professional here, just recording on my phone. So, anyway, I made the decision before doing the 75 hard that I was not going to drink, so that became really easy part of the challenge. I also have been kind of like mentally in the same space as I want to read more, and I just want to steward my body and my health and just kind of be where I'm at. So this has been like a thought process that I've been having for like months as well, weeks. I started like brainwashing myself as much as I can to convince myself that I wanted to start taking care of myself more. And so just little habits and little changes. So like I started reading a little bit every day leading up to the 75 hard challenge, not really realizing that I was going to do it at the beginning of the year in the way that I did. But I knew that at some point this year I wanted to try again. And so the first of the year just seemed kind of perfect considering everything else that was going on, because I needed to kind of take control of something. So having just that prelude to going into the challenge has really helped me stay on track for the last 2 weeks. I will say that a lot of days are very repetitive, and one of the main things that I've noticed so far is it feels like time's kind of slowed down a little bit, which is kind of weird because I always feel like time, like all last year, time is just fast, go, go, go. It's like, oh wow, all of a sudden it's already been 2 weeks. And for me now it's like, wow, it's finally been 2 weeks. It's just felt slow. It's felt like every day is much more intentional. Every day I am just more present in the moment than instead of just being like thinking about the next thing. I'm just concerned about here's today, here's what I need to do today, and let me like just take the time to get it done. Even when it comes to like cooking and meals, just being intentional about being aware of what I'm eating and how many calories it is, and writing it down and tracking it. So that's just been a really nice change. And like I said, I've already seen an improvement in my mood. I already see an improvement in my body. It's very slight, but either way, improvement is improvement. I started at 171 pounds and now I am 167. So it mostly might be water weight. I don't really know, but either way, it's a downward trajectory on the scale. So that's been really, really awesome as well. I also chose a diet that I knew I could stick to that would be long-term. Since I do cook for the family, I wanted to make something that was not completely separate from everybody else, because like I wanted to try like the Mediterranean diet, for example, but that just would have been so complicated, and I don't want to cook 2 meals, and I also don't want to just like tell my family like, you know, figure it out for yourself. It just would have been a lot. So I chose just a calorie deficit and intermittent fasting, and it's just really worked. And you know, everybody else in the house now is getting on board with the meals and what I've been cooking. I've been trying to experiment to make things a bit more fun while staying in a calorie deficit. So it's been a really great 2 weeks so far, and I am just looking forward to seeing the end result and then kind of figuring out where I'm going to be after. So I'm hoping to do 2 weeks, like every 2 weeks, a video here on YouTube. But I do post every single day on TikTok. So if you want to see a mini update video and follow the journey, you can follow me there. Instagram, I try to have a bit more humor and fun to keep myself sane. So I don't post a video, progress video or anything like that every day, but I do try to still update with some stuff that I am doing there as well. So if you want to follow me on my social medias, you can. That would be really awesome if you wanted to just support the journey. I don't have a clever YouTube sign off or anything fun yet, so we'll just see you next time.